Critics of the California courts complain that parents are too often punished for reporting child abuse and that children too often placed back with alleged abusers. Now here's one example, a mother who says the courts have placed her boys back with an abusive father. He says he hasn't done anything wrong and has not been charged with any crimes. Gina Silva has the story.
I just want to be with my little brother and my mom.
These two brothers, one 10 years old, the other 4, are afraid.
It's awful.
The boys say they were abused and molested by their father.
I could not even comprehend a parent doing that to their child.
The boy's mother has repeatedly turned to the court for protection. Again and again, the courts place the boys in shared custody with the dad. All of this despite the advice of county investigators.
No one understands that it really happened to me.
The father, listen, I just want to talk to you. Get your son. Why are you running away? Will not talk to us. I just want to talk to you. He has denied the allegations in court and is not charged with any crime.
For them ignoring the evidence right there in front of their face of children being abused, I just don't see how they can live with themselves.
The full record of this case is locked up in the clerk's office, shielded by privacy laws. Court officials cannot talk about it. And even after our own extensive investigation, serious questions remain. Did the court place these kids in harm's way against expert advice?
What do we want? Children protected. When do we want it?
Now!
Concerned parents protested this very issue recently in downtown LA. They say kids are put in jeopardy in hundreds of cases.
We're protesting judges giving children to abusers.
This mom joined the protest, holding a picture of her boys. She says she caught her husband molesting their infant son 3 years ago. She filed for divorce and told the court.
I wanted the court to know that they were in danger.
The dad then claimed that she was abusive. The boys ended up in a foster home.
I didn't even get to see my mom.
During that time, their social worker filed a startling report with the court.
In her report, she reported that the father physically attacked her and threatened her.
The social worker recommended full custody of the boys for the mom and supervised visits for the dad. But instead, the court granted shared custody, no supervision.
The first overnight ended up being a disaster.
Back with their dad, more abuse allegations.
Me and him come back with bruises all over us.
And I actually have pictures of his arm with the bruising on it, and it was like a perfect thumbprint.
Social workers again recommended supervised visits for the father. In fact, twice more they urged that, but no change from the court.
We can't move on. We can't heal from it because he's being placed again and again in the same situation.
Then, social workers reported allegations from the younger boy, then 3, that the dad had held him down and sodomized him. They included medical reports on the boy from the emergency room. Sheriff's investigators looked into it, but
the DA did not press charges.
It just hurts me that no one believes me that he's hurt me and he's hurt my little brother.
After that, the court did put the kids with mom and ordered supervised visits for dad. But then he asked for full custody of the younger boy. This is your chance to respond to these allegations. Why would you want to put him through something like that? Before going back to court, the mom told us she was terrified that her son would again be returned to a dangerous situation.
He looks to me for protection.
They're not going to be this age forever. They're going to grow up, and they're going to know that I did everything I could possibly do to protect them.
Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Whatever you think, it's so hard not to be upset about this whole story. So you were at the courthouse.
Yeah, so what happened was one of our producers here asked if I would go down to court and observe what was going on, help translate, which I often do in these types of cases, what was going on. And the first motion to be heard was a motion to exclude me from court. Now, this was the second time.
And you were there as Robin Sax, legal analyst from Fox 11.
That's right.
Okay.
I was not representing anybody. And remember, a few weeks back, I had interviewed Judge Nash, who spoke to me about his blanket order allowing media in the courtroom. Transparency. However, there would be, the presumption would be to allow the media to be there. There are circumstances where it would not be appropriate. But the irony of what happened was that minors counsel in this case said Fox 11 is doing this whole series and they don't know the whole story and they don't know all the facts. And then I'm like, great, that's why I should be here, so I can watch and hear all the facts, and so I know everything, because I don't want to say anything that's out of school or out of turn. So tell me everything. But she didn't want me to be there to hear everything, but yet had problems with us talking about the story.
Yeah. Well, did she think you had an axe to grind, and that's why she didn't want you there?
Right. Well, I don't know that she necessarily thought that I had an axe to grind, but she felt like we're sensationalizing this in some way. Yet, and said, no one's talked to me. So I offered, as well as our producers have offered, to interview her, get her perspective, have offered to speak with Dad, have offered to speak with everybody and anybody on the case. So nobody wants the facts out, but yet they say that everything that's going on behind closed doors is kosher.
It's not going to stop you.
No, it's not going to stop me. No,
All right.
it's not going to stop the series. So here we go. And more to come tonight, because we have another case of Lost in the System that's going to be on our special tonight at 10:30 p.m. on Channel 11.
And this isn't just television for you.
That's right.
Okay. Robin Sax, thank you so much.